Hey everyone. Yeah, just a couple of minutes late. Just had to discuss some hard things with James with regard to our little Whitby. He's getting old, and well, he is old. He's 16 years old, heading towards 17, and he's not eating and things, and we've had some tests done and stuff, and yeah. Yeah, so looking at what our options are, and anyway, sorry to start on such a downer, but anyway, I said we'd do a second video because there's just so much going on, and yeah, I've been dealing with stuff this morning. I've been dealing with setting up new car insurance, cancelling the old one, and yeah, I'll look at that later. Yeah, have to call my mum a bit later, just say hello. I tried earlier, seems very busy there. And James is making me my second coffee for the day. But the reason I said, let's do a second video, let's do a second live, is there's just been so much going on, hasn't there? So let's go and have a look at the news feed. Of course, there's the Ukraine peace talks underway in Geneva. Oh, Trump, zero gratitude. Yeah, right. Yes, I am happy to be able to say it out loud. He's a wanker. Yep. Why should they? I mean, it's like it could have been sorted out ages ago without him sticking his, him wanting to make Putin happy. Let's see. So let's see, Trump. She needs to take a rest. Following her what? Yeah. He'd love to see Marjorie Taylor Greene return, but she needs to take a rest. Yeah, okay. Oh, Marjorie went bad. Oh. Yeah. Thank you, darling.
It's a rough time, isn't it?
Hey?
Rough time.
It is a rough time.
I'm gonna put the headphones on.
Okay, sweetie. Yeah, so I've got cream with chocolate sprinkles on top here. As James just said to me, it's a bit of a rough time for us here. Yeah. Trump's just leaving a container ship to burn. Okay. So, hi, Shelby. Hi, Michelle. Mhm. Yes, extra cream on the coffee. This is my second coffee. Hi, she says, Shelby says, hi, handsome James. Shelby says, hi, handsome James. He says, morning. Mm. Yeah. So, yes, I've got this extra cream. Yeah, I just mentioned earlier I was a little bit sniffy and stuffy earlier because we're having to make some really hard decisions about our beloved little Whitby. And yeah, it's not easy. Mm. So yeah. Anyway, there's still so much going on. Let's have a look at Pam Bondi. I want to have a look at Pam Bondi. She looked ill. I saw her the other day. She just looked ill. I mean, really crook. Snorkel wouldn't help him. Okay. MAGA voters are abandoning Trump. Okay. Let's have a look at the Ukrainian thing first. Yeah, sweetie, he's high. Yeah, no, Whippy he's 16 years old. He's going on 17. We noticed his decline started earlier this year, and we even spoke of the possibility that he might pass away during our trip. He didn't, thank heavens, but yeah, he's not eating. We got blood tests done, just the general blood test, and all those seemed clear, but we still got to look at the possibility of cancer. But if he does have that, we just can't afford to treat it, you know. Um, and he's old, and he's sort of perked up a little bit, but he still sleeps all the time, barely eats. We have to feed him, and yeah. No, you weren't 30 minutes late. So we're looking at the Rainbow Bridge option, which is heartbreaking for both of us. I think this little one knows too. She's keeping close to us, and she's, yeah. But it's hard. It's hard to have to make those decisions. Yeah. So, but he has been the light of our life, a huge light in our lives, and Cameo since the day we brought him home. This is him with James when he's just a few weeks old, and that gives you everything you need to know about their relationship. And yeah, that was 16 years ago, just over 16 years ago. Oh my God, it's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to discuss even. So yeah. Um Will you have you have you finished? Have you finished? Yeah, I know. So we were looking at Pam Bondi. So let's have a little look at her. Okay, give me a couple of minutes to get myself together. Cameo. Come on. Can you get? Okay. You're a very lucky girl. There's a few little nummies left in this one. Yeah, so it's a hard decision. It's a hard decision. But he's lived a full life, very happy life. He's only ever been loved. And yeah, it's just, yeah, God, it's hard. It really is, isn't it? It breaks your heart. But then, you know, yeah, I know. It's her way of letting you know she loves you. And yeah, it's true. But it's also her way of letting you know I want some nummies. And in this case, she wanted nummies. She'll come. She has her ways of cuddling. If she wants a cuddle, she'll come when I'm watching telly or lying down, and she'll lie here. So, yeah, she's yeah. But now let's have a look at the Ukraine deal. Will something happen? Will there be a breakthrough with the Russia-Ukraine conflict? He's inside pretty well all the time now. We put him outside for a couple of hours a day, but yeah. Messages not really inspiring about this. The messages that are coming through aren't really inspiring, so we're not looking at that. Yeah, what one party wants at the moment? No, it's just no. It's not going to happen. Not at this stage. I think those two pretty well sums it up. That at this stage, the peace talks. No, it's not really going to happen. What Russia wants is not, because if they get what they want, then the next country, and then the next country, and it's no. Yeah, backward, shift backwards. The whole world is watching, but it's not entering a new phase. It's sort of like at a standstill. So no, not much is happening there. Okay, who would you guys like me to read on? What would you guys like me to read on? I'm going to do a reading on Pam Bondi because she's not looking well. She looks like she hasn't slept in heaven knows how long. So let's have a look at Pam Bondi first, and then you can tell me who you'd like me to read on. We'll probably only do like 45 minutes an hour, not too long today. Pam Bondi, what's going on with her? Well, there she is, the Empress in her little kingdom of the DOJ, cushioned. Hi, Denise Trudeau. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Denise. We do know if he's not going to eat, he will shut down, and we don't want him to go through that. Yeah. So we keep trying to feed him. Yeah. Anyway, here's Pam Bondi. We both know in our heart that his time is coming. And yeah. So there she is on her throne in her throne room. Just me for a minute. You want some more? Not much left. A few more. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. What's her challenge? So here she is. What does she need to know? What does she need to know? Oh, things are coming to an end, and it's not a good legacy that she's going to leave behind. Not a good legacy. This is not prosperity in the future for her. This is things coming to an end on a decline. What she needs to do is she needs to, I feel like this is settling her affairs. No, thank you. Yeah, it's a wonderful connection. We both want to go back to both Orlando, to both Florida and New Orleans, and we didn't because James was sick. When we did the trip, I took St. Augustine off the map, off the table, because I didn't want him to have that extra pressure. So we'd still want to do St. Augustine and stuff, but yeah, one of the highlights of the trip was catching up with you, my darling. It really was. So this feels like Pam Bondi has to settle everything domestically. This is like preparing for a celebration, but preparing for family. It's like, this isn't about celebrating, even though it's a traditional celebration, but to me, it's also security, the 4 pillars of security for herself and her family. And she needs to basically prepare for what comes after. That's all right. That's all right. Oh, the possible outcome for her is a break, a breach. This is like the Lovers, a break from a breakup. I just don't see her being attorney general for very long. I don't see her being in that position for much longer. Christmas holiday time are not generally the best time of the year for Trump's attorney generals, to tell you the truth. It tends to be a bit, well, Barr parted with him at that time of year, and that was in 2020 after the election. I feel like this could be, again, a matter of her parting with him, parting with the office, him wanting her to do something which she knows it just cannot do. I mean, not that she wouldn't try it if she could, but she knows it can't. It just can't happen. And yeah, so there is a break, a breach coming up with her in her relationship. And I do feel like it might be to do with her position, because it is a major arcana. So yeah, what is in her future? One more card. a weakening of her position. Yeah, a weakening of her position, significant weakening. Yeah, I feel like she might be starting the new year. She might cite family reasons, but I think she might be starting the new year not as the not Attorney General. Mm. Mm. Who else would you like me to look at? Did I look at Mike Johnson yesterday? Did I give him a really good look at? Unfortunately, you might say, "Oh, Shelby, that's completely sexist and all that," but unfortunately, can be an element of truth in that. But still, it's a bit of a harsh thing. But yeah, it's. I did a brief look at Johnson yesterday, but I might have another look at him again today. So Mike Johnson, and also, I think I'm going to look at if there's a challenge to the speakership position. Could Hakeem Jeffries become speaker? Now, I keep getting him and another guy mixed up. Who's the senator who did that grand speech a while back? I keep getting them mixed up, but Senator Green, is that him? Yeah, Al Green. I thought that was a singer. Anyway, Hakeem Jeffries. I'm just going to bring him up, a picture of him, because I cannot quite clearly picture him. Hey, sweetie. Did Daddy give you some fresh water? I don't think he did. He's so distracted. Hey, guys, can you just give me a minute? I think I know that Cameo needed a water refreshed, and James said he was going to do it, but he's so distracted, and I feel like she's saying, I need some fresh food and water. Can you give me 2 minutes and I will be back? Come on, darling. Come with Mummy. Get you some fresh food and water. Come on. Oh. Wiggle my butt at the camera. Come on, darling.
I'm pretty bad. That really is one, two, six, five, six, really. And I'm just. Yeah, that's the law. Yeah, guys, on the three by two white cows. Have the back out. Okay. 5, 6, 9, 9. Obviously, in all of these is in this three by two. And very similar to ours. The lot size, sorry, so, yeah. But they get high 700 down. Obviously, one was in there, and very clear. But this is the point. Similar to that. 5, 7 thousand accent. That's a lot. Yeah. They say after ceremonies, that was really sitting, really what. That's a fun. Now, you still on the video, right? Yeah. All right.
Thank you for your patience, guys. Somebody's heart is broken. Cameo is a style of jewelry, yeah. It can be done using coral, which is traditional, or stone. I have a lovely ring that James bought me when we went to Pompeii. And yeah, I'm just having a little bit of chocolate. Cameo is making a cameo. So let's have a look at Mike Johnson. I'll pull out a card for Mike to show us where Mike is at the moment, the Speaker of the House. Interesting. On the wane. Not in a very healthy position. Sorry, guys. Oh. I gave some fresh water, fresh dry food, and some fresh wet food. So this is Mike's position. It's not in a healthy position. What does he need to know? His relationship. He needs to know something about his relationship. Now, unlike Pam Bondi, this did not come out reversed, but there's definitely aspects of the relationship with Trump, with Vance. He needs to reaffirm his position. Now, this is important with the chain of command. So this can also stand for reaffirmation of a relationship. What does he need to do? Wow. Look at this. He hasn't learnt the lessons he needs to learn. He's behind. He's so far behind. And the fact is he's so focused in on the minutiae, he's missing the bigger picture. I think in Steampunk Tarot deck, I have the Eight of Swords. He's so focused on the work, he's missing all the carbon monoxide cloud or whatever that's coming to overwhelm him. So he's so focused, he's not seeing that he's going to be overwhelmed soon. What are the possible outcomes for Mike Johnson here? Oh, this is not good for him. This is the end of this cycle for him. This is an irreversible and unstoppable change for him. Something is coming to an end for him. Let's have a look and see a little bit more. Why? Look, mistake, the gap in the hedge. Opportunities have presented themselves, but he hasn't availed themselves. He's made the same mistake over and over. Things are not looking good for Mike Johnson. Now, I'm just going to go here for a minute because I always get him confused with the Cory Booker. That's who I get him confused with. Okay. Yeah, Hakeem Jeffries. Wow. I get him and Cory Booker mixed up. So because I couldn't get a clear visual on him, and I kept getting him mixed up with Cory Booker and actually a comedian as well. I couldn't quite get a good fix on him. So let's have a look at Hakeem Jeffries. What's going on with Hakeem Jeffries? Do we use a fresh deck of cards or do we stick with what we've got here? Keep the same cards. Yeah, because I got... Yeah, I kept getting him and Cory Booker mixed up. And also, there's a wonderful comedian who, when Trump, not Trump, when Barack Obama gave a speech at the news thing, the press agency, the press breakfast or something, and this wonderful comedian was doing sign language for him. It was extremely funny, very, very hilarious. I kept getting those three mixed up. So Cory Booker. They look very similar. They could be brothers, really. But now I'm looking at Hakeem Jeffries. Now, could Hakeem Jeffries be appointed Speaker of the House? It could be. I mean, there's the mechanism there to do it, but will it happen? That's the difference. So let's have a look. So we had a look at Mike Johnson, and things aren't looking the best for him. And I am not taking relish in any of these things. A lot of these people started out with the best intentions. Some we know just wanted it for, they saw an easy way to power and all that. They're having their mea culpa, including Marjorie Taylor Greene. Lauren Bobbitt, I just see her like hanging around like a bad smell for a while longer. But a lot of these people started out with the best of intentions and they just get corrupted along the way. And trust me, this is not an exclusively Republican thing. It can happen with Democrats and it can happen with independents. Gerrymandering, as we can see with Gavin Newsom, not an exclusively Republican. What is the word? Activity. Yeah. So, but anyway, let's have a look at Hakeem Jeffries. Now, I'm going to bring his picture up. So, guides of the highest truth and compassion. Tell me the truth and the whole truth, please, about Hakeem Jeffries and his future. He'd be named Speaker of the House before the midterms. Okay, so here he is. Bringing along promise. Now, you know, I'm always a bit wary about a Knight of Cups because they're like the ideal. But it seems people are holding him up as the ideal, as the person they need in the hot seat. So what does he need to know? Wow. He got the same card as Johnson did, Mike Johnson. Relationships in line. So this, I feel like this is the same thing. His position, affirmation of his position is coming up, is in the future here. A new agreement between him and the American people, possibly him and the House. Wow, this is interesting. Okay, what he needs to do is, he might be feeling pretty battered by the end of this, but he needs to hang in there. Giving up is not an option. Nines are close to completion, but he needs to stay vigilant. He needs to stay vigilant. So this is, you know, he needs to be aware and stay vigilant. You're not impressed by Jeffrey's Sherry? Yeah, I sort of try to picture him, but I kept getting him mixed up. So yeah, hello. So what's the possible outcome here? We've got the Queen of Pentacles, but it's reversed. So not keeping too much to himself. Not being the, to me, the Queens, they have the resources. They direct the resources. I feel like he doesn't really have the resource. He doesn't have the numbers, basically. So no, I don't see him as Speaker of the House, and that doesn't mean that he might not be one day, but I tried to see him stepping up in the line of succession to president or vice president, and I cannot see it. I cannot see it. Cory Booker, no, if a senator can be nominated as Speaker of the House, or if it has to be a Speaker, it has to be. This such similarities between the two that I think one's being attributed with the fire of the other, and it's not necessarily the case. Tucker, I know you're worried about your little brother, your big brother, aren't you? You're worried about him too, aren't you, sweetheart? Yeah. Did you have some good tucker? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, nobody else has stepped up in the house. I don't know enough about who's in the house currently, but let's have a look in general. Thank you, Cameo. Yeah, okay. So I just don't see him becoming the Speaker. I've had trouble. When he first came in, yeah, possibly, but it's just he's settled too much, if that makes sense. Who is House Minority Leadership? Okay, let's see. US House Minority Leadership. Who's the whip? Okay, party leaders. Majority Tom Emma. Catherine Clark, Minority Whip. House leaders below the Speaker. Steve Scalise is the Majority Leader, the Whip. Will a Democrat, corporate Dems, yeah, will a Democrat step up into the role of House Speaker? Yes or no? Speaker of the House. They can't find their way through. No. They can't find their way through. So it's not looking good for the Democrats. Will Steve Scalise become leader of the House? No. What about Tom Emmer? Will he become Speaker? No. There's no clear. Very murky at the moment. Okay, will the Dems win the majority in the midterms? That's a yes. Good solid yes. Stability, the numbers. Before the midterms, there doesn't seem to be a path open. AOC. Okay, have a look at AOC. That again, I did. Will a Democrat step up? And there was no clear path. But let's have a look at AOC. Okay. Okay, AOC. Let's have a look. Where is she? Let's have a look. Here she is. Wow. This is an impressive card for her. She is on the fast track. She's on the fast track here. She's not inexperienced anymore. She's got a few terms under her belt. What does she need to know? Okay. Yeah, it is time to pass the light on. She can't stay hidden. I mean, she's not exactly invisible, is she? But it's like she's being pushed back. But it's time to come out of that isolation wherever she's been pushed to. Major arcana here for her. What can she do? Okay. It's play the numbers. Play the numbers game. Time for her to start talking to people. If she's gonna pick up the lantern to light the way, because it does seem like Hakeem Jeffries has been MIA. Which I suppose this is what she needs to know, is that it's time for the lantern to be passed to the next person. What's the outcome for her? A little bit of disappointment at the moment, but let's follow up. Then what? Fine. Temperance. Balance. Brings being brought into balance. Will she become the House Speaker, the Speaker of the House? Yes or no? She's got strength. She's got strength, but her position's still got a ways to go. But eventually, I see her in that position. But when, I don't know. She's got a big future ahead of her. Yeah. Mm. You can't always have a moderate in a position. You need a moderate will not take risk either way. Now, we had a look at that seat in Tennessee that's coming up for election. Will there be special election for Marjorie Taylor Greene's seat? Let's have a look. Yes or no? Oh, better the devil you know. I think there might be, but this is a no. But then it's in limbo. But if there is, probably go to a Republican. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up for today. Thank you for joining me. Jasmine Crockett. All right then. I'll have a quick look at Jasmine Crockett, who's the one who's only just been sworn in after it being delayed for months and months and months. Jasmine Crockett. Have a look at Jasmine Crockett. She doesn't quite have everything that's needed yet. She's only halfway there. So this is her. She's still learning. She hasn't quite got that everything that's needed. Okay. But at this stage, let's have a look. What does she need to know? She needs to look towards the past. Garcia was delayed. Okay, thank you. She needs to look towards the past for some reason. What does she need to do? Ooh, face up to a few things. There's a few things that, yeah, Jasmine Crockett, what's her future? There's some conflict, past and present conflict. So I think there's a few things that she has to deal with first. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's still a bit of that happening that she's got to deal with. Yeah, the redistricting might push her out. So it might succeed in pushing her out. So, yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for joining me for the extra session. I will be back on Saturday. Planning to be, depending on what happens with Whitby, I might have to delay it a day or so. Yeah. But thank you for your love and support. And yeah, the idea of us losing him is just, it breaks your heart, doesn't it? It really does. I love you all. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay loving, and above all, stay laughing. Laugh every day, and if you can, laugh with a stranger. Love you lots. Bye-bye.